Hey, it's Tomster here on behalf of Indie Structural Productions, and time has passed again on the Celeste build. Now we're heading toward the end of the summer, and because we ran out of time and school ended, I wasn't able to do the binding channel because we didn't have the sound hole shape that we needed provided from the customer, and when we got that, we didn't have a router to do the binding channels, so I had to do the binding channels by hand, which means a mallet and a chisel. I was actually fairly surprised at how well this worked. I was convinced that this was gonna turn out horrible. Everything was gonna go completely to, well, crap, but actually, oddly enough, everything turned out very well once I found a good sharp chisel to use. It's fairly straightforward, just making sure that I get the right width and the right depth for the binding that I'm using in this case. I think the binding itself, I'm using all wood binding. I think the binding that I used for this was, I can't really remember what it was. Might have been older or base wood, not quite certain. But anyways, just very light colored wood. So it's a little lighter than the ash, and it's a whole lot lighter than the walnut veneer on top. So I think it gives a good balance, a nice little contrast. Reason why I didn't go with plastic or multiply or something like that, I don't like the stuff. I like wood veneer. I like the way it looks, and kind of like the fact that, like, if I can avoid plastic as much as I possibly can, I will. Got Jay to help out a little bit because this is kind of tricky to do by yourself. Basically just using masking tape to put the binding on. Works very well. All you gotta do is make sure that there's enough pressure and that the masking tape is actually pulling in the right direction. Now, because this particular strip of binding was a little too short, I decided to do two different pieces that join up at the back in the middle. Once one side is done and glue is cleaned up, I go ahead and I do the second side. Once that's done, it's time to remove all the masking tape, see if there's something that hasn't glued on properly, and reinforce that. So there was a small piece on the horn, and at the waist, a couple of pieces as well, that needed some finer detail, or a little bit more masking tape to kind of pull them in. Just to make sure that there was enough pressure, we also put clamps up onto the waist so that it will be pushing in the binding a little better than just the masking tape by itself. And after that's done, I take one of my very sharp chisels and I clear up the binding from, oh yeah, and of course, as you can see, I have done the fretboard as well. So now I start clearing up all the excess binding off of the fretboard. just checking that everything's all nice and smooth. Up there was a little piece, take a little bit more off, there we go. And then the headstock binding. This was even easier to do than the body, actually. Maple was this maple at least, it was very easy to work with. It chipped off very nicely, so I didn't actually have any tear at all. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of this cool music-y sort of stuff, go here and subscribe, or check out more of our videos. Or if you want to see some more gaming content, perhaps, then go over here, check out that channel, subscribe for more content every week. Both channels, Tuesdays gaming, Fridays music. Check it out.